So for those of you watching on YouTube, I'd like to welcome you. Like I said, I'm going to be trying to multicast on YouTube and on Twitter Space at the same time. We'll see how it works. Today is a very busy day, as you all know, and there are so many people having spaces going on, and so I'm just going to try to see how how this goes. Swaz, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to try to. I need you guys to help me co-host. So I'm going to invite you to co-host if you don't mind. Yeah, anybody that I see right now, I'm going to push you guys to come and co-host with me. And please help me share this. Help me share this. If you're watching on YouTube, also help us share this. I believe these are important topics that we're trying to treat today based on what is going on in the country. Because as you all know, there's a tendency for people to always rewrite. They attempt to rewrite history. They attempt to control the narrative. They attempt to twist things for their own selfish gain, for their own skewed ambitions. Okay, they pretend they don't know what they're doing, but they know exactly what they are doing. It's all mischief. Okay, so what we are trying to do these days is to just try and correct these false impressions or these false narratives. We can only try. Okay, we know they will keep doing what they're doing, and it's not like we're going to come and focus on what they're doing. No, there's so many other things that one should be doing, but we cannot just sit back and watch people, just twist things around. Just before I came live here, I saw a video. I saw a video of because so many things have been happening in a couple of weeks. Talking about IPOB, talking about the kidnapping, talking about the insecurity in the Southeast. So many actors, whoever posts their video first will control the narrative, and everybody will start saying, yes, that is what happened. Just few moments after, you will see another video countering the first video. So it's just twists and turns all over the place. The best thing to do is to just follow it back to back, and we'll get the true gist. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody who is here. Please don't be shy. Request the mic. It is an open mic. So by that, I mean you can say whatever you want to say. You can air your view. Take It Back movement people are here. SOWORE supporters are here. Obedience supporters are here. APC people are here. The police is here. Actually, SSS is here. DSS, everybody's here. I always tell them, I always say welcome to our midst, and I will say turn to your brother to the left and turn to your sister to the right and say, neighbor, yes, how does he know that I'm here? We know that you're here. If you have been in this business for long, we know you people always gather like vulture. So we know you come in with fake names. Today I have allowed for you to come in anonymously. So those of you in the anonymous listening section, I want to say, how you guys doing? Greetings to you. I know you're there listening. I would just want to acknowledge your presence here. I say stay, don't run away. Whenever you want to come back, just exit and then come in, pick the mic. By the time I say something that annoys you or that impresses you or gets you fired on, please drop and take the mic and come and reveal yourself. But for now, it's okay. You can listen anonymously. You don't have to hide under your bed. Okay, you don't have to hide under your bed. Thank God for this anonymous thing. All right. So yes, preamble to all this. About IPOB, I have insisted that I am me, Dr. Chidi. Look at me very well. I am an indigenous person of Biafra. You see this IPOB. IPOB, there's an organization called IPOB that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu formed. I'm not a member of IPOB. But you see this branding IPOB as a terrorist organization. The meaning of IPOB is Indigenous People of Biafra. Okay, Indigenous People of Biafra. So look me very well, look me straight in the face. Me, this person here, I'm not afraid. I never would deny that I am an indigenous person of Biafra land. That's who I am. That's what I believe in. So if you call me a terrorist, I want you to know that unless you begin to define what you're saying, but when you gather everybody who identifies as an indigenous person of Biafra and you say that we are all terrorists, no, we are not all terrorists. Dr. Chidi is not a terrorist. I just need to put it out there so that everybody knows where I'm coming from. Now, when it comes to TIB, Take It Back Movement, Take It Back Movement is an organization that is all over the world. It's a globally recognized organization. I live in Toronto, Canada. It is a registered organization here in Toronto, Canada. It's in South Africa. It's in UK. It's in so many parts of the world. Okay, it was the convener is Omoyele Sowore, and that's about Take It Back Movement. We've been there for a very long time, and I want to talk about us. Members of Take It Back are here. I'd like them to pick the mic and talk about Take It Back. There's been so much buzz. People want to know about Take It Back Movement. We welcome you here. When the members talk about it, you'll get to know. And then talking about the person of Omoyele Sowore, I'm just trying to give a preamble. Recently, the police PRO was saying that people who are activists are jobless people, blah, 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 that somebody like Sowore, and it's funny. It's very, very funny. You look at somebody like Sowore and you say he's a jobless man, okay? And people try to spin it that is the American government that is sponsoring him, he's getting paid to criticize the government. So they've been paying him. When PDP is in power, PDP will pay him. When APC is in power, APC will pay him. This is how your stories don't they join. Because all the people in the political, for every president that's been there, Sowore has come and scrutinize them. He don't touchlight all of them. So whether they're PDP, APC, whatever, how come he's always coming after them, doing citizen reporting and checking them like he's supposed to do? So check very well when you begin to criticize Omoyele Sowore. But like I said, today is open mic. You have a right to criticize him. Sowore has been in the news because he stood his ground that Egbetokun should resign. He should resign. He's an illegal police chief because he is aware, and he's part of the people that made the law, that when you get to 60 or you've said a certain number of years in the police force, 35 years, you should step down. He's over 60 and then he's refusing to step down. Recently, they just sacked over, I think, close to 1,000 of them. And these are all his mates. If they're all gone, what is he still doing there? And there's been so much misbehavior from the police force. A lot of our comrades have been arrested just for frivolous reasons, and they put frivolous charges on them. and our lawyers have been working around the clock to release them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we all heard that the judge that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu says he doesn't want to appear before, the judge wants him to come back. How about Mazi Simon Ekpa? There are supporters of Mazi Simon Ekpa who still think he is their prime minister. There's the People Splinter Group called Ngozi Orabueze doing their own thing. There's been arrests that are made in Anambra State, and they've busted some camps that they say belong to ESN. Some say no, it's not ESN, it's IPOB. Some say it's Simon Ekpa's group. These are all the things I want us to discuss today. Come with what you think is the right position of things. Soludo has his Ekwenche group, or his own security outfit. I saw a video where one of the people that were in that pickup van, the fat guy that they tied this thing across his eyes, and it was behind that, his people, they did a video. They did a video of the guy. I'll try to post it, but they did a video, and these people were saying that the man that they showed there is not a kidnapper. For those of you on YouTube, I'm going to play this video for you.
Oh, that guy, he looks.
Okay. So for those of you who are on YouTube, you hear where they were saying that the guy is not a kidnapper. I hope I've not cut this thing off. Let's go back to Twitter here. But anyway, I just tried to play this video for them. The guy his people say he's not a kidnapper, so nobody should say he's a kidnapper. That's the kind of confusion that's happening in the Southeast that we want. So I expect people to pick the mic and talk about it. The police is also using cybercrime. Cybercrime, section 24 of cybercrime to just pick up everybody. The other day was Dele Farotimi that they picked up. Then they picked up Omoyele Sowore. Then they picked up the nurse Olamide for insulting Tinubu's son. Then they picked up our comrade C. King that he insulted the police chief. Just anybody that writes something online, they just go and pick you up, and you just talk about that. And then I noticed that all these distractions is making us to forget about who is the main culprit, which is bad government and the APC government in power. We have APC sympathizers when we have these spaces. If you want to defend them, come up and defend them. I personally think that is the APC government is a failed government, but hey, that's my own view, and every view is accommodated here. So I'm going to go over to the person who has boldly accepted the mic here, Mazi Obiefuna. Please go ahead and unmute yourself, and yeah, it's an open mic. Express yourself. You're welcome. Mazi, we cannot hear you. Uh-oh. Mazi, I don't think we can hear you. Unmute yourself, and Mazi, we can't hear you. So try again and see if you'll be able to talk, Mazi. If you're not able to speak, then we'll go to somebody else. Guys, like I said, don't be shy to pick the mic and speak, okay? Don't be shy. There's so much issues. If you care about Nigeria, we'll never run short of things to speak about. There's so much going on. There's so much to talk about, and people have been encouraging me that, hey, Dr. Chidi, you need to keep talking. I'll try my best. It's not been easy. There's so much going on. There's so much to be done, but I'll try my best to come out and speak. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to do another one tomorrow, and as long as I have the strength to, I will talk about issues that are going on. Yes, I have Dollar Idowu on the mic. Take $1.
Yeah, Dr. Chidi, you see, you're saying this, right? When it comes to IPOB, TIB, MNK, and all that, I think, this is what I believe. Is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu the problem of Nigeria at the moment? Like the biggest problem of Nigeria at the moment? He's not. The guy's just saying, stop your BS. Is SOWORE the biggest problem of Nigeria at the moment? He's just saying, stop your BS. Do you know how to stop your BS? Just stop it. You know, they're that difficult. You know they're that difficult to just stop bullshitting people who are clever, who know, and you are trying to make them look and sound like, say they don't know what they talk about. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're a Nigerian, you know small book. Now there's this thing where I read, they say, like, Dr. Chidi, may I just tell you, I know I'm digressing slightly. They won't go to the, the formality of 12 and 4 instead of 6-3-3-4. 6-3-3-4 being 6 years in primary school, 3 years in JSS, and then 3 years in SS, then 4 years in university. Who don't ever go through, apart from the 3-3, who don't graduate for that 4 years we didn't talk about before? However, for me, the way I think about it is that somebody won't catch out. And that's the UK system, because that's what the UK does. Kind of thing. So now, all that. Why not just fix the current system? Why not just fix the current system when it be safe? Security.
Then fund the security things. It's not that difficult, just fund them. They know what to do. They are trained to do it, they know how to do it. Cybercrime. If you like say I go find somebody to cybercrime for disrespect to the Dr. Chidi. Or cybercrime them and they will soon be go call. Then yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. Well, we are Nigerians. It's what we're plagued with. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Idowu. Mazi, are you free to talk right now? Mazi Obiefuna. Mazi Obiefuna, are you free to talk? Can you unmute yourself? I hope you guys can hear me even.
I can hear you. Maybe it's not, but I've got a bit of a few stories from what I read today about.
It's okay. Let's see if he's able to pick up the mic again. Let me also reach out to some more people. Guys, look. If we don't tell our story, my friend was speaking yesterday, and he said, until the day the lion begins to tell their story. The story will always be heard from the hunter's perspective. And you know what it means. The hunter will always talk about how he's the hero, how he's the one that did this and did that and did the other one. But if the lion tells you the story, then you'll be able to see what actually happened, and that the hunter was not always brave and unafraid. You see that there are times when the lion chased the hunter, and the hunter climbed the tree. See that probably the lion hit something, and that's why the hunter was able to catch him. But that's why it is important that we tell our story. It's important that we pick the mic and correct things. And let me just warn you. A lot of times people don't like for you to kind of say what is the correct thing. People don't like it when you clarify issues. Why? Because you demystify it for them. Sometimes people just like that mystery where there's the truth is not being portrayed. It's shrouded in mystery. People are guessing. Are not really saying the truth. People like it, but we must not support that. We must keep doing our best to make sure that yes, the truth is what is out there. That's what we must continue to do. We must continue, whether they like it or not. We will see things exactly the way it is. We will try to present the true perspective to issues. The reason why we've increased the number of topics to talk about is to be able to give everybody an opportunity to have something to say. A lot of you have tons of things you want to say about Dr. Chidi. You're hoping for one day that you'll catch him on space, on social media, then you'll be able to really give him a piece of your mind. Hey, this is the time to do that.
Dr. Chidi, you know one thing where I know talk yesterday, right? Was it yesterday or 2 days ago now? When Nnamdi Kanu was protesting about Nigeria, I actually walked past him. And I remember, like London buses, red. There's a video of it, but I just think when he was this guy doing, I didn't know who he was. He was just protesting in front. He was in Trafalgar.
Yeah. See that. Hold on, Dollar. Let me explain something. People just try to trivialize. I'm a serious-minded person, and at the same time, I can be the most ridiculously jovial human being. Okay, I've done sitcoms, I've done MC, I do comedy. Okay, but you see that thing they talk about Nnamdi Kanu protesting, it's a ridiculously dumb, well, I don't like to say that people are dumb, but for me, it's a very lame excuse, okay? Everybody has at some point in their life, in fact, the fact that you can say that Nnamdi Kanu was protesting, about what's going on in Nigeria, you have just proven that he hasn't always wanted to have Biafra. But you see, like so many of us, there was no Take It Back movement before. There was no revolution now before. There was no African Action Congress before. All of us were hailing. All of us were rooting for Nigeria. We were praying that things would become better. I tell you, I was the president of the Nigerian Canadian Association here. So somewhere like Nnamdi Kanu too, we were all on the side of good governance. Let things start working fine. It is when the government in power failed to listen. Nnamdi Kanu was saying, Nigeria, do the right thing. Take care of your citizens. Look at the southeast. Look at what is happening there. I don't like it. It doesn't look good. So it is at the point when the government in power did not listen. So at least you have a track record of this person trying. Thank God there's that video. So
you can't say that
that
the young
video,
man.
I literally
Donna, I just have one issue. I have one problem with you. I don't like when you do that on my space.
I know. Oh yeah, I get excited very quickly.
You have to be able to just hold on and then speak when nobody is speaking. It helps us to have a properly conducted space, and I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. So what I'm trying to say is that Nnamdi Kanu, that video is proof. It is good proof that he didn't just wake up one day and start saying, "Oh, I'm fighting for Biafra." One thing, had the government done what they were supposed to do, had you had equal opportunities for everybody from every part of the country, had you not marginalized against a certain people, had you not discriminated when it came to infrastructure. There's something I didn't tell you guys when I'm talking about schools. I went to school in the University of Nigeria in Nsukka, and in Enugu campus of that university. Trust me, we used to call ourselves lions and lionesses. I thought that UNN was the best university in terms of infrastructure in Nigeria. But where did I go? Until we went first of all on a trip of northern Nigeria. There's an architecture group that is called Matrix Design Team. We pack ourselves into our department bus and we take off on a trip around Nigeria. So we'll just face northern Nigeria and we'll start going around universities. Man, when we landed University of Jos, I didn't know I was in Nigeria. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? This is a university in Nigeria. We went to University of Maiduguri. We went to so many other universities. When I came back, I was crying. Because in the neck, the biggest building we had is the highest building is like, which one? It's 3 stories. This is a 3-story building. We call it Abuja building. That was the latest. Every other building we had, we call it Lagos building. 3-story building. It's been there from after this 1960 something. That's when these buildings were built. The rest of the buildings are prefabricated buildings. These were buildings they built after the war. They were temporary structures. Those structures are still today in the University of Nigeria. How can you explain that to a student of that university that has gone to somewhere like UniJos? As if that was not enough, the next year we took off and we went down south. The first place we entered was the University of Benin. I couldn't believe my eyes. The structures that were University of Benin, I said, is this a Nigerian university? The same federal university as UNN. I couldn't believe it. In UNN, we are still using prefabricated buildings built with wood. If somebody thinks I'm lying, come and tell me, come and refute what I'm saying. So when you think that people from the southeast that we're just making noise, these are realities that we had to deal with. After Uniben, we now went to Ife. Ross, oh boy, by the time I got to Ife, I just died. I said I died. When I saw that their hall, what they call that hall, or Moremi, another what they call Moremi hostel, I did not believe that was not abroad that time. Not to talk of when we now drove down to University of Lagos, Senate building. I'm like, after seeing all that, and you come back to UNN, you will not even relax to be studying. You will not believe that you're inside the same Nigeria. So these are realities that we are talking about. For a student who went to UNN to now go around the country to other schools and see what is obtainable there. Nobody will tell me about what was going on there. So see why it is important that we come and speak, so that our friends and our mates will be able to know that these things are not just fake. These things are not just political. They are realities of our time. Had the governments done what they were supposed to do, all of this will not. Everybody will be happy in Nigeria. Why would you busy yourself? In fact, if you start agitation, nobody will follow you. Why would they follow you?
They won't
follow you now. You think in Canada here, if somebody comes and organizes a protest against the government for light, who will come out to the street? Why are you protesting about light? Why are you protesting about healthcare when healthcare here is free? Who will come out? Why would you protest about the roads when they will go to a bridge? Nothing is wrong with the bridge, Joe. But that the bridge has stayed a certain number of years. They will go there and break the whole concrete and recast the bridge. Break the pillar and recast it. Nothing was wrong with the bridge, Joe. They will come and scrape the road. As they are scraping it, they are tearing it. Nothing is wrong with it. It's not that it has potholes, but it has stayed a certain number of years. So if you come and protest against that, nobody will come out. That's where a system is working. Let me go to Mazi. If you are able to speak, unmute yourself. If not, I'll go to socially proof and have him. And let me plead for something before Mazi comes. This is my new account, and I don't have a lot of people following me. So please, if you're here, do me a favor and follow me. I started building this group, this account, since I lost my main account. My main account was how many thousands, I forgot. But that's the story for another day. They succeeded in not letting me get that account. So this new account that you see here, just 500 and something, I'll appreciate if you go there and then you follow me. Go ahead, Mazi. Once again, Mazi, we can't hear you. Okay. Socially proof. Can you go ahead while we're waiting for Mazi to fix his thing? Socially proof. You can unmute yourself.
Yeah, doctor. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, I got your invite, and I feel that I should join, and then hearing your words there, and I like the word you said. The way you began what you said, and also the content of what you said. It really resonated with me. And I think one of the things, let me begin with the part B. What you just said right now, this is what most people are not talking about. I think what I believe is this. If you have experience in other countries, for example, let's say South Africa or Ghana, or maybe in Europe or Japan, and those experiences you are not sharing to other people that you just mentioned now. Just imagine you mentioned university built with wood. No, I mean you can have buildings with wood, like to kind of, bring this bamboo stick and kind of attract tourism. That's different. Okay? That's different. But to kind of relate that, and it's not something we should be laughing about. Something very serious. Right? That you then when you share your experience, like what is happening in Canada, and I read that is really powerful. And that's what we are not really saying, we Africans, that we don't tell our fellow Africans, especially those that have not seen things that you have seen, relate with them and tell them this is how government is being run. This is what public funds should be doing. This is how to change regime. And if we are not doing that, that's a big problem. And that's the thing we should be doing. And actually, I really give you kudos for what you just said. Sorry, you can mute your mic. There's a little, I don't know, there's a little interference. So I welcome everyone here, and let's really talk. We need to talk more about that. If you look at my post, all my posts, I talk about, faith, I talk about government, I talk about For example, Elon Musk, what he's doing in Dodge right now in the US. For me, I just pray that those feathers, the mysterious wind, you know, the divine wind will blow the feather in Dodge, where Elon Musk is heading, and those wings, one of the wings will fall down in Nigeria. That's just what I'm praying about. I think I wrote a comment about that, right? And you guys can share it, you can read it, whatever. That's up to you. It's up to everybody. We are all together, you know. So those who feather will bring a revival. That, looking at the topic right now, IPOB, looking at SOWORE, I would have even wanted you to ask Peter B, by the way. You know, I don't know, maybe there's no space, you know. Looking at the police, cybercrime, the APC. Guys, you know, one thing that is weakening Africans, Nigerians, is complacency, is kind of retiring. Say, now, so people change. Nothing will change. That mindset, we need to change it. We need to change it. Because if we do, guess what? Things will change. Drastically, like I just said about the feather. Because look at America, that's the last election. Look at the revival. The man they wanted to kill, the man they shoot at, and he won. And the richest man on earth, Elon Musk. And where is he from? From Africa continent. That's just the truth. He was born in South Africa. So if that man is doing that thing in America, do you think that he's not interested to do something in Nigeria? If we speak, the reason why it's not twisting what we're doing is because we're not serious. So folks, what this doc is doing right now, and some of my spaces, my posts, and Dr. Chidi and all those guys out there, all of us, you know, bringing reality, you know, talking about facts, you know, I think, you know, is the best to wake people up. That you will come up right here and say what you know, ask question, serious question, what can bring that feather, that mysterious feather that will drop in Nigeria. You know, before I hit the mic, I'm just praying. I think we'll join me to pray. Pray with action. And that feather will revive religious people. That feather will revive a common man, a common woman. That feather will revive everyone. Let me give you a number. Well, you've heard on Spaces. How can 1,000 people, I'm not very good in math, okay? I'm sorry, I'm not very good in math. I mean, I'm a part-time prof. I do that a few years ago, and I work with governmental agencies, and I've traveled to many countries, and I've met so many people, like literally everybody. I mean, Chinese, Japanese, Europeans. I don't know, I can keep counting. I'm not saying it to prove my ego. I just want to say that I've seen a little thing, right? A few things, right? That when you see all these places and then go back to the number, 1,000 people. You want to talk about the president, the governors, the lawmakers in Nigeria, calculate the number. Let's give it 1,000 people. I want to ask everyone here, what's the population of Nigeria? Just be honest. I just want you to get a pen and paper, just write it down, put this on your wall. Write the number on your wall. You have 1,000 people who are leading Nigeria. And then you ask, what's the population? I want your meta focus, right? Your meta view to kind of see that photo right on the wall. 1,000 people. And then the population of Nigeria is over, maybe let's say 130 million people. So I think, it doesn't matter political party. Just think about that number. Then I'm not good at math, okay? Don't get me, I'm sorry. I'm just apologizing. So how can 230,000 or let's say 220,000 just keep silent and 10,000 people have destroyed the system for decades? Guys, what Elon Musk is doing in America? See, I just posted something right now. Look at the things I've just said. I'm like, what? Trillions of dollars, billions of dollars wasted. The the US aid and all that. And what about Nigeria? So guys, let's talk and wake up people. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Mazu Bieno, we're gonna try again. See if your mic is working.
Am I coming out clear now?
Yes, very clear.
Yeah, good evening, Dr. Chidi. I think it's evening from where I am right now.
Yes,
I've been speaking all those while, but I don't know what has been happening actually. So I had to go down and then come back up. Thank you for giving me the mic. I'll say good evening to every other person on the space. It's been long I came on Spaces, but then when I saw your space, I actually saw the notification on YouTube, and I heard you talking about space. I said, hey, space is for X, not for YouTube. So something is happening on X. I came here, I didn't see you on the the notification bar. Then I had to search your name, and then I found you. So I'm here. All the same, it's good that you're hosting this space.
Thank you.
If we look at the topic, right, we find out that I think I can understand what your aim is. You want a situation whereby all sides that make up the polity called Nigeria, would come together to a round table to have a conversation. And I would say that if you look at my profile picture, you know where I stand. I stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm a proud IPOB member, any day, anytime. So but at the same time, I'd like to make it clear that genuine IPOB members are people also who respect the opinions of other people, right? So the fact that you are an obedient, the fact that you walk with in the ideology of SOWORE, a minor respect as well, it doesn't make you my enemy, right? So at the end of the day, what you're looking for is a way forward. What we're looking for is to have, a better home. So we as IPOB members, we are done with Nigeria. And there's something you said, right? Making reference to Nnamdi Kanu's video where he was protesting, in favor of a one Nigeria. And that should be to his credit. But, this is how you find unintelligent people. People who use that as a reference to try to bring him down. They are one of two people. Either they're unintelligent or they are evil at heart. Always looking for the slightest mistake that they feel is a mistake, actually. But that is to his credit. And that tells you that, see, this man was actually, looking for a united Nigeria that would work, just like his fathers had done and they failed. And all of a sudden, it dawned upon him that, look, this road that you're on is unwalkable. For one, I can speak for myself. I gave up on Nigeria in 2015. After the election where Jonathan was rigged out, I gave up on Nigeria. And I didn't give up on Nigeria only because of the system of Nigeria. I gave up on Nigeria because of the people in Nigeria. So it takes the awakening of the people in a country to make that nation move forward. It's not just the few people that are the helm of affairs, no, but the people that make up that country. It takes their conscious and collective awareness to actually move the nation forward. This world is divided into two. Those that are strong will always suppress those that are weak. And in our situation, as we find everywhere in the world, most cases, it is those few that continue to be stronger than the many. And it shouldn't be like that. So I want to say this to say that if you think that having a united Nigeria is workable, IPOB members do not think that it is workable, right? And we have proven that time without number. Our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, 8 years before the election, which was just conducted in 2023, had told you what was going to happen, had told you that your PVC is going to be useless, and told you who was going to be made the president by hook or by crook, right? So we have a lot of reasons why we believe that we need to go back to our roots as components of the nation called Nigeria. We need to go back to our roots. Before the British came, we were doing very fine. Look at Europe today. You find that Europe is not as packed as we are in Africa. Europe respect themselves as nations. Even if there are 2 million people, they form a nation and they are moving forward. They are more powerful than Nigeria, that is 250 million people. So what does it tell us? It tells us that, see, for you to be a nation and a nation that will progress, you need certain things, right? You need the same ideology. You need at least 95% you're one in terms of religion. You need at least the same culture. That's a must. You must have the same culture and same ideology for you to actually become a nation. If you look at Nigeria today, that's not the case. Different ideologies. The North operates and thinks differently. The West operates and thinks differently. The East, non-political savvy. Why? Because we're not built to be in such a dirty political system. The natural Igbo man, the natural Biafran is up for justice and fairness. He is not a politician by nature. So when I hear people say things like, Igbo man, you guys need to learn politics, I laugh and I say, we don't need to learn your politics. Every people in their DNA have the way that they conduct themselves politically. After all, before the white man came, we're doing very fine politically. So, but we're not built to put our hands in this kind of dirty politics. That's why you find that we're not interested. We just want out. It's not in our nature. Whereas there are some who it is in their nature to be dubious. It is in their nature to actually play this dirty politics, this hanky-panky, and they excel at it. I mean, if you're ill-natured, you will excel at evil things. If you're good-natured, you will excel at good things, and you cannot strive where there are evil things going on. So that's who we are. So we want out. It's not working. It will never work. Why? Because it wasn't designed to work. It's simple logic. You want to build a house. You go about building the foundation. Dr. Chidi, you live in Canada. Some persons here live in the United States of America. I live in a nation, a developed country where we have one of the modern architecture, one of the most fascinating architecture anywhere. We see construction progress. We know when they start. In fact, I'm a player in the industry. We know what it takes to build the foundation. If you miss that step, forget about what you're building. It doesn't matter how beautiful it is. It doesn't matter how prayerful you are. It's going to come down. That is the case of Nigeria. The very foundations of Nigeria was not built for me and you. It was built to favor a certain few who are miles and miles and distances away from us. And they have people in charge who are going to do their biddings. It wasn't for me and you. So whatever you're doing with anybody, maybe SOWORE, fine, I respect his opinion. He believes that he can salvage Nigeria. P2B believes that he can salvage Nigeria. You cannot salvage Nigeria. Our fathers have tried, they couldn't do it. You're not going to do it tomorrow. That's our belief. That's our stance. And what we are calling for in IPOB is a UN supervised referendum where people are going to vote and say, do you want to stay or do you want to leave? It is our fundamental human right. People need to understand this. It is our fundamental human right to choose to whichever country we pledge our allegiance. It is not a crime when we say we want out. It's not a crime. And I started my note by saying that we need to respect each other, not because I, for one, would disrespect you, but it's a natural setting that we can't even coexist. It's a problem. People in the other
No. It's okay, go. I know they go. I'm staying in my house. If I chop, I know chop. This is my house. I work hard for it. You went to that one room. When you went there, other people were there for the house. They go, they fight. You fool them, they fight. You say, this way they fight with. Those people are bad for that yard. For that yard where on our day. Those people are crazy people. Oh. They know they are ruffians, so those people are Agbero. Say, don't worry, we can fight in the yard. When those people now came out with their true color as yard people, original yard people, some of you will not understand because maybe you are Jabot, you never live for yard before. If you don't live for yard, live for face me, I face you, understand what I'm talking about. For that yard, which is election, they come beat you well. Because they say, why are they talking now? How come Papa doesn't behave like motor park? No, we warned you. After they come beat you finish, now look at us. They can't even chase you away from that house. What if we had left our house, which in this case is SOWORE, to go and follow to be obedience to be that rented house? What will happen when they kick you out of that house? By the time you turn around, the house that you built, which is AC, will no longer be there. Okay, you that took him to that place, you ask me, say, well, what you will do now? I said, don't worry, just wait. We're trying to work on something. No, maybe a time has come when you should actually build something from scratch. So when you see me, tilting towards some people, it's because I respect their ability to build something from scratch. Nnamdi Kanu built IPOB before he was in a was Rike's group, but he pulled out. And he said, this one will be called IPOB. I'm going to start with my own people, start with my own brand of doing things, start with my own radio broadcasting. He came here to Toronto and he was soliciting for funds. He came and he spoke to me. That time he was popular. Then I was the president of the University State Association here. They brought him to me. And we are talking, I didn't even take him very seriously that time. So we go way back. And I saw the passion. I saw him walking up and down the whole place, traveling all over the world, begging for money to establish what his vision. SOWORE started taking back from nothing. He came, and it was when I heard it was Toronto. I called and said, if you guys want me, I can help you to organize your town hall meeting in Toronto. That's how we met in Toronto. He went to Toronto, he went to South Africa, to Dubai, he went to Germany, he went everywhere doing town hall meeting. He was the first person that did town hall meeting, that brought town hall meeting to the political space. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. Then from Take It Back movement, we now built African Action Congress from scratch. How can you not respect that kind of person? I'm not saying I don't respect PTOB, but you see, for right now, this is the kind of revolutionary action that we want. Okay, no gentleman, but of course, obedient are here. I have a lot of respect for you. You guys did what in the political space has not been seen for a long time. You mobilized people in a short time, had your numbers, shook the place. That's never been ignored. And that's the way I see it. All right, socially, you're raising your hand. I'm also expecting people to pick up the mic, speak, or request for the mic. And if you have not followed me, please make sure you follow me because this is my new account, and I'll appreciate if you follow me and I'll follow you back. Go ahead, Sushi. Yes, my number is always public. I don't hide it. I'll post it out there.
Yeah. Okay. To much degree, so all that is more. So, it, you know,
Yes, you're right.
Exactly. So you can try all this stuff. Like very shared and all that. And what do you have? Discourse. So if I don't care for that, if you go from $100, so $10. What just happens in Nigeria? And open a case against genocide or whatever. That kind of deal is so that the people kill, right? Will be judged. That's going to be a film. So these are examples. So before I have the mic, and whatever Baba was said a mistake. I'm sorry, you're dead wrong. That's my opinion, right? But you're dead wrong. I think maybe I'll give you kind of inclusive answer to my question about anything. You know, it's not a mistake for Oladi Kanu to call for unity in Nigeria. That guy is smart for doing that. It's not a mistake. Never, ever. Okay? So let's not I question is I should give you a practical example of that what about I would California. No, I'm answering. I'm telling you what happened.
And in order for us to do that, we need to get out of what we found ourselves in. That's our goal, right? We're not satisfied with what we're born into, and that's why we wanted to go back to where we're coming from before the contraption that was put together by the British. I think it's as simple as ABC. Now, how we want to go about that is by a referendum. And what is a referendum? A referendum is a situation whereby you allow people air their view, choose a side. Do you want to leave this damnable republic, this contraption, or do you believe in the idea that we're selling, that we can actually achieve or actualize or restore a free Biafra and, you know, march onto development like the first world? Where do you want to be, guys? Pick your side. I think that's one of the most civilized ways of, you know, organizing anything, or I mean moving a people. We're asking people to choose. We're asking our own brothers and sisters to choose. We're showing them where we are right now. We're saying to them, this is not what it should be. And just like you've cited, we're saying to them, if you go out there, this is not how the world is run. This is not how societies are run. They are doing better out there. If you don't have jobs, it is the function of the government to ensure that you have at least stipends to keep you going, to keep you sane until you get something doing. If you have an idea, it is the function of the government, right, to sponsor your idea to ensure that it comes to life. This is what they do in the first world. So what we want to do, we bring in these situations and say we are not having it right now because we are in a place we are not supposed to be. Now, my brothers and sisters, my mothers and my fathers, choose. Do you want to stay in Nigeria, or do you want us to form our own country? That's a referendum, right? And that's the how. I think that's the simplest way I can answer. If something is not covered, you can then draw me back to it. It's as simple as that.
So I'm sorry, sir. What you are explaining the mechanism, the definition of a referendum. You have not answered my question, gentlemen.
Asking me how we want to achieve it. There are two questions.
Yeah.
What is the goal and how we want to achieve it? That's what I asked.
Yeah. Because if you were in my class, I won't pass you, or I will give you 5 out of 1 from 10. I'm very stubborn.
No, it's not about laughing, except you did not ask.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay.
Let me come in here. Let me come in here, gents. No, socially. Hold on. You see, let me conduct this properly. This is an open mic, and the essence of the open mic is to allow people. I usually don't like banters. Okay, it's we're not in the debating part yet. It's to allow you make your submission, be able to state what you believe in, how you see it, and then you also have the ability or the temperament to be able to. Dollar, can you mute your mic, please? Thank you. That you are also able to accommodate another person's view. You're able to accommodate another person's view. You're able to just listen to what they have to say. You don't have to believe in them. If someone says, this is how, or this is what I believe right now, this space is not enough for them to explain to you how they're going to achieve it. That means maybe you're taking for granted what they're talking about. To be able to carry out this agenda that they have, it is not something that you do in a day. It's a humongous task. Even this voting that you're talking about, if you ask someone, how do you intend to win the election? He'll tell you, I will campaign. And then from campaigning, we will vote and win. But is it as simple as that? So somebody who says, I want to be out of Nigeria, I want to organize a referendum, that's what they want to do. You need to, they are not committing a crime. Whether they will achieve it, it's actually not our business. You see, that's a mistake in Nigeria that we make in Nigeria. In Nigeria, we question what somebody is trying to do. It's not our job to question it. Your job is to allow the person to conduct themselves constitutionally. If they have not broken the law, it's not your business. If I'm going to run for the president of Nigeria, if I conduct myself according to INEC provisions, you cannot be telling me, Chidi, prove to me that you have a way of becoming. You cannot become the president. That's not your business anymore. I went to run for an election in Nigeria. I spent close to $250,000. Somebody said, Chidi, you wasted all that money. How could you have done that? It's none of their business. They don't know how I made my money. They don't know. I'm still standing today. I don't regret what I did. Omoyele Sowore went and ran for, and the money I'm telling you I spent, that's the money I spent. Not to talk about the money that my party spent on my behalf, the movement spent on my behalf. Friends donated money on GoFundMe. They gave money on WhatsApp. It's a huge project. So I don't like when we just come and trivialize somebody's ambition. It's their ambition. As long as they're not breaking the law. Self-determination is not a crime. That you think they're not going to achieve it, that's a different business altogether. That's what I just want us to understand so that we don't waste our time here trying to make somebody who just believes in to come and prove. They don't owe you actually any obligation to prove that their dream, a dream is a dream. Just leave them to their dream. It is only when every other person, there were around 1 million people who had a dream. There were 1 million people who have the aspirations. It is only when the sixth Elon Musk that you're talking about right now. So many people had Elon Musk's dream. It's only when he achieved it that we can now go back and see that the end justifies the means. You think every other person who did not get to where Elon Musk, that they were stupid? No. It's just that they had the same dream. It just didn't work out. But you continue. And when you make it, then we will now know about it, and then we'll now use it as a standard, and they will now begin to study it. I have each year.
No, wait, host. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's like you are indirectly addressing me, but let me clarify that if you want me to be on your space, I'll be here. If you don't want, I will go away, because for me, I think it's a town hall meeting. It's not dictatorial.
It's not a
exactly. It's not a lecture. By the way, 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. I'm a professor.
No. That's where you're wrong. That's where you're wrong. Let me correct you again.
No, let me finish. Let me finish, please.
No. You need to calm down.
Wait, is he also speaking or speaking?
Yes, it's the host, please. It's the host. Thank you very much, Socially. Thank you. Please, my brother. It's not autocratic. I just have to conduct it. There has to be someone conducting it. So please try to understand me. If I don't do that, then we're going to have a chaos. I didn't want it to just be a banter between the two of you. So just hold your thought. I'm going to get back to you. Let me take another speaker, and then I'll come back to you if you don't mind. Thank you. So Ichie Ezioku, go ahead. I'll come back to you, Socially.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Field.
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for having this forum, this open mic. You see, there's one good thing that has happened in this era, and is continuing to happen, is that everyone now has the ability and the opportunity to speak out, say their minds. You know, it's no longer the days of finding your way or finding it difficult to get to media houses, to newspaper houses, TV houses, to air your view. You can actually air your view today from the comfort of your room, as long as you have a smartphone or any digital equipment and you are connected to the internet. One thing we must all know as it stands today about Nigeria is that the name and the entity Nigeria, the reason for creating Nigeria is to do what? To smear and push into the bin, into the dustbin, what every ethnic nationality or nations that were so unfortunate to be lumped together and called Nigeria. The reason for creating Nigeria is to wipe everything they stand for, wipe them off and use the name Nigeria to cover them. As it stands today, there are, I think, 361 nations who are so unfortunate to be lumped together and called Nigeria. And from my own perspective, from what I've come to conclude is that nearly 350 or 60 of these nations lumped together in Nigeria, they have accepted their fates. They have agreed to be flushed into the toilet. They have agreed to lose their names, their roots, and whatever they stand for before Nigeria, except the Igbo nation. I'm saying all this, I'm not apologetic to anyone. I'm saying this because this is fact. If you agree or you are supporting the continued existence of Nigeria, you have actually accepted to be subdued. You have actually accepted to let your identity and whatever you stand for, your people stand for, to be flushed into the toilet and to be covered with the Nigeria's identity. Be you from Gwari, be you from Nupe, be you from whatever, Hausa, Ibira, the rest, all the nations in Nigeria. If you are here, either listening to me or you're going to listen later, and you support the continued existence of Nigeria, you have accepted what? To wipe away who you are and accept to be a nobody. Now, sometimes when some people speak, especially Igbo people are always forced to, especially when they are with other ethnic nations in Nigeria, before they commence their statement, they start by saying that they are detribalized Nigerians. That is where Igbo people were pushed to. You will always take this oath. Anytime you start, you want to make statements where the other nations are in Nigeria, you start by saying that you are a detribalized Nigerian. Where I live, I tell everyone that I am #1 tribalized person. If you are detribalized, you are nobody, because everyone on earth is tribalized. Everyone on earth comes from somewhere. If you say you are detribalized, you are a nobody. You are zero. You amount to nothing. Now, let me start by saying the entity Nigeria is an artificial entity and it amounts to nothing. Number one, it wasn't created by the ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. Rather, it was foisted on Nigerians. It was foisted on a set of people and called Nigeria and Nigerians. The earliest, there are other historical facts of 13th century, 12th century, 17th century, and the rest of them. But let me bring the earliest among them all. There was a church called the Presbyterian Church of Biafra, which was set up by Scottish Presbyterians. And it was set up in Calabar in 1854. That was about 30 years before the damned Nigeria was created. 30 years. I'm not even talking about the historical facts that were there 200 and something years, 300 and something years, 400 and something years before Europeans came together to create Nigeria. I'm talking about the one of yesterday, 1854. Because the map of Nigeria was drawn, Nigeria was set up between the 4th and 5th of, I think, 1885, January 1885. So the least I can say here, the Presbyterian Church of Biafra was set up in Calabar in 1854, 30 years before the creation of Nigeria. Now, there was something called a Ahiajioko lecture, which was, I don't know if it's still on now, but it was something that was done yearly. where Igbos discuss, things about them, matters arising and all of that. I don't know if it's still on then. But the 1976 version of it, 6 years after the war, there was a keynote address delivered by Professor Donatus Ibenwoka. So in that keynote address, Professor Donatus Ibenwoka laid out a hell of, several outlines that Nigeria destroyed the fabrics, everything Igbo in the Igbo man. The name and the entity Nigeria killed everything Igbo and the Igbo man. Before we became Nigerians, no individual, no one entity ever ate up everything that belonged to the community. What we call Ofuonyade Shiroha and Ofuonyade Ihe Diaroha. That was part of Igbo culture. But today, Nigeria made us, one man calls himself a governor, senator, or whatever he calls himself. And then the treasury of the rest of us, he takes over the charge of the treasury of the rest of us. He dishes it up to his family members, his friends, and the rest of them. And when you argue, he unleashes mayhem on you, either in the form of soldiers or police. Now, there was something that happened a few months ago when I think it was between Professor Durotimi and Falola. During their case, there was a prominent tweet by a prominent Yoruba man, which my mistake, it was my wrong anyway, because I should have photoshopped it and screen grabbed it, and it should have been my instructional material today anywhere I speak and the rest of them. This man, in that tweet, he argued, he said that if Yoruba was standing as a nation, that Afalola wouldn't have done this to Dorothy. That the Yoruba nation would have risen to challenge him. But that if they rise up, since they are under the umbrella of Nigeria, if they rise up and challenge Afalola would call, echo to his friends, maybe up north, to send him soldiers and police to kill Yoruba people. So that's why Yoruba people wouldn't challenge him, come out en masse and challenge him. So why those of us in this corner are saying that we want out of Nigeria is that Nigeria has destroyed everything Igbo in Igbo man. Nigeria taught us how to spill blood, our own. Nigeria taught us that. Everything bad in Igbo land today was ushered in by the name Nigeria. Now, I take you back to those of you who attended the University of Nigeria and Soka. Your motto, the motto of that university is to restore the dignity of man. The dignity of man was destroyed as soon as man found himself in Nigeria. The dignity of man was destroyed as soon as man got himself linked to the entity called Nigeria. The dignity of man got entangled with bloodshed as soon as man found himself in the entity called Nigeria. Man started seeing blood spill on her streets, killing herself, taking what doesn't belong to her as soon as man found herself in Nigeria. Wars started being levied against man in their numerous numbers as soon as man found herself in Nigeria. Villages start being burnt down. Mothers start being childless. Fathers started being childless, and the rest of them as soon as man found herself in Nigeria. And so man is now trying to do what? To recollect and recall himself back. that he cannot continue with the entity called Nigeria, because the entity called Nigeria stands for, another name for the entity called Nigeria is bloodbath, stunted growth, backwardness, and every other vices that you can think about. Nigeria is not fit for purpose for man, the Igbo man. Anytime you look around, especially in Igbo land today, any evil you see in Igbo land, you must attribute it to Nigeria, because the bulk of the things that are happening with the Igbo man today and that has happened with the Igbo man today, all can be attributed to man entangling himself or being forced to be Nigeria. Now, today, the entity Nigeria has made someone with so much, we thought, a professor, we thought, you know, yes, he was, but today the entity Nigeria has forced one of us to form militias with which he is killing our people. On the background, he formed these militias to win elections. That is what Nigeria did to man. You know, because Nigeria can actually make you look stupid without knowing it. Nigeria can make you a clown without knowing it. Onye a na-ekiri na nzuzu ya, a na-ekiri gị, ịbụ prọfesọ, a na-ekiri gị, ịghọrọ onye nzuzu without knowing it. Ị na-ekwugheri, na-ekwu, na-asị gịnị, that Anambra is a Christian state. Professor, just a few, just please. Professor, what gave you the power? What gave you the mouth to say that Anambra is a Christian society? Christianity and Ordinana, which one came first? Now, Professor smeared himself with the feces of what Nigeria came with. And so, in rounding up, please, what we are saying is that every reasonable Igbo man must join hands, especially with the IPOB, the only body that is championing for we redeeming ourselves from the entity, the bloodbath called Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me just quickly put out some guidelines for this our space, because we have people from every walk of life, people from different parts of Nigeria and Africa listening. I would really appeal to us to try to just, I mean, it's an open mic. If you want to speak in any language you're comfortable with, go ahead and do that. But it just helps if you want a larger number of people to understand what you're saying, to just communicate in a manner that everybody will understand it. It's just an appeal. And secondly, I also want us to understand that in this space, I'm almost sounding like a broken record. People are here with different ideologies, different beliefs. I actually added, somebody was saying I didn't put a B, so I put a B there. I want to hear from people who believe in the IPOB ideology. I want to hear from people who totally disagree with the IPOB ideology. I want members of the Take It Back movement to speak up and talk about what we're doing, and to give an opportunity for people who want to be part of the Take It Back movement, who have heard about us, see the things that we're doing. I am a member of the Take It Back movement. I am an Igbo man. I'm not a member of the IPOB organization, but I regard myself as an indigenous person of Biafra. SOWORE, I regard SOWORE as my mentor. Is the convener of the Take It Back movement. He is the convener of the Revolutionary Movement, and is a flag bearer at the last election for the African Action Congress.
There are people here who see Obi as their political mentor,
who are obedient, who believe in the Labour Party.
I
would like them to take up the mic and speak. There are people who believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a hero of our times. There is also the police and what they've been doing with the Cybercrime Act, and I'd like to hear about it if you have an update on what they're doing. But within our organization, we are fighting them every day to get our comrades released, to bail those ones who they keep on dragging to court and find a reason to jail them. Yeah, we'd like to hear about that Police Cybercrime Act and what you think about it. And then finally, the fact that so many things are serving as distraction from the main issue, which is the bad government of APC. And it is important that even as we're discussing these issues, we don't forget that if they had, won election honorably, like everybody believed, we think things wouldn't be the way it is. But with the fraudulent way that we all think they used to win the election, it has not made things easier, and it has created a situation where people continue to suffer in the country. But then there are APC supporters who are here who would like to pick up the mic and say, no, I don't agree with you. Tinubu is the best thing that happened to the world after Coca-Cola. All right. So that's where we are now. I'm going to go back to Socially. Thank you for your patience. You may unmute yourself and speak. Thank you. Socially, I don't know if you're listening.
Yeah. But one thing I will say is that you cut me off. I kind of forget what I was talking about. That's one thing about space. So maybe you allow people to kind of 1 minute to kind of, you mentioned my name exactly when you were talking. So I think when you cut
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. So
All right.
Can I ask you a question? Can I be your position? Will you get angry or you like it? It doesn't matter, right?
You already like it's an open mic, and it looks like you didn't listen to what I said.
I don't want you to. Okay, I don't want you to send me a check or maybe I don't know, a fine for sending me on my mailbox and say, "Prof, look, you got to pay me. You disagree with me." I'm just kidding. But if I try to remember, or maybe let me just play this clip.
Two of his cross-country town hall tour, trying to reconnect with Canadians, and he got quite an earful in Peterborough today over the rising cost of hydro. One woman who says she's struggling to pay her bills told the PM she feels he has failed her.
My heat and hydro now cost me more than my mortgage. I now not only work 75 hours a week, I stay and work.
So if you can listen to that, I don't talk to talk. I talk with facts. That's Canada where you live, my brother. There's the Prime Minister talking right there. People interjected and asked questions and all of that. The reason I'm playing this clip is that there are a lot of things we can learn, okay, when we do spaces. For me, I'm not a journalist, okay? I'm a professor. I teach. I'm proud about that. I've been doing that for 15 years, part-time. And like I said, I've met a lot of people. I've learned a lot. I'm a good learner. I learn from everybody. Even if when you insult me, I learn, right? I try to smile. I try to be very, I try to be teachable, you know what I'm saying? So to be humble too, Like I said, I'm not very good on spaces, like hosting, but I learned from mine. I sent you a DM host. You can check it out. I'd like to refer to Mario's spaces, the way he on space, people interject and accuse him. You would have to listen to them. And kind of like, wow, let's do that to Africa. Anyway, so that being said, what I was saying before is this. Where did I stop? Well, you were mentioning Elon Musk and all that. Look, whether you like it or not, why I was interjecting my brother who's here. It's my brother, it's my friend. I'm not know him, I don't see him. When you challenge people, for example, I asked a question and said, how? He didn't answer, I'm not satisfied. It's my duty whether it's a debate or it's a dialogue or open space, if you Google check the meaning of dialogue, what's the definition, right? Sometimes we use word, we just like, I think we better look at definition. We know it, but we just go back. Dialogue is, you just gotta ask and say, I'm not satisfied and whatever. It doesn't mean I'm fighting with him. But however, look, there are a lot of benefits. Because if you're able to define how, right, and that empowers him and the listener. By the way, your space is recorded, right? You can never tell who will listen to this space, maybe 2 days or 1 year from now. That's what the guy who just spoke just said, I guess you, the host, I see your kid maybe talking in the background, right? You're with your kid right there, you're doing his space. That's so comfortable, right? So this is something we need to cherish and appreciate, right? So I think that my question would empower him, empower those who follow the beliefs or whatever. And I don't think it's religion, right? It's just to make a change in Nigeria. I stand for breakaway, okay? But we have to do it how? I stand for it. I say it on spaces. That's why I like under the Kano. And I go against being big detailed. I'm a rule of law guy, I'm the guy who like rule of law, who like you can't incarcerate someone without, tell you why you arrested and kidnapping. We can't do that in the civilized world. Even in Africa, if Africa was to be, or Nigeria were to be what it's supposed to be, right? So I go against shenanigans. Whether you are OB, whether you are SOWORE, whether you are Nnamdi Kanu, I don't care. What I care about is to have a sane country. Whether you like it or not, you live in America, you live in Europe, you live in Canada, I don't fucking care. Okay? But at the end of the day, you go back home. You're gonna think you cannot invest in your country, you cannot go there and be safe, you are kidnapped. I am concerned. That's why I'm on spaces right here. So if I see for 1 hour, it's not just to talk and to get followers. I don't care. You follow me, I don't care. If you don't follow me, great. If you follow me, great. But my goal is to impart the word, is to debate, to tell about what is happening with Elon Musk, Donald Trump. What can we get from that in a positive ramification, if you will? All right, that is my idea. So I think I made myself clear. So if the young man is still in the room, if you want to go back to that question to satisfy me and the audience and the future, the what, the how. And give me an example of a country where it is done. Because look, the question is very nice, but one. Because, to have an ideology and win majority, they say majority wins the vote, right? Right, am I correct? So you got to make sure that you're able to support your how, your why, and your what. And that kind of, and bring more people into the fold and say, let's do it. There's something I want to hear from your how. And if you don't say it, I will say it after you have spoken. So go ahead, mister.
Dr. Chidi, if you would allow me, please. I think, yeah, thank you so much. What's socially? So when you're asking how, and the simple reason for which Dr. Chidi interjected initially was because, it's a whole lot of steps, and I don't think, except you're not asking your question correctly. But if I'll be able to answer further from what I've said before, I tried to say it summarily. But let me go this way. There are different steps, right? There are different phases, I should say, not steps. There are different phases and stages in a revolution or freedom fighting movement, of which the first stage would be sensitization, which we have been on. Nnamdi Kanu started speaking way back in 2012, and I heard him for the first time in 2014 in the streets of Port Harcourt, and then when I heard his thunderous voice, I'd be like, who's this guy? It's the audacity for me. There is something about the way.
Yeah, but sir, if you don't mind.
No. No, you don't do that.
If you want to do what? Speak.
You don't do that.
Speak. Otherwise, you ask me a question, you have to let me speak.
I said, use 1 minute so I can round up.
Socially, you have to understand something. You just say it here. You want me to go to learn how to do spaces. You see, the essence
No. That's not what I'm saying. That if you want to bring that, that's not what I'm saying, brother. Listen, you see, you are a host. I can interject while you are speaking. It's not a crime. Okay?
No, that's not been organized.
Exactly. So if you don't want me,
it
looks like
you're really begging. You said it 1,001 times. I don't want.
No, I'm not begging, sir. I'm educating you, educating myself. I don't beg you. I'm sorry, you don't pay me to be here, so I'm not begging you.
You keep if you want to drop, you can go. You keep saying if you want to take me out.
No, because if I talk,
you just keep. I am the host. This is my space. I make the rules here. You don't have to stay. I'm not forcing you, but you come here.
No, don't say that. You are on Elon Musk's space, not your space. Okay?
No.
This is
This is my space on Elon Musk's. You are on the internet. You didn't create the internet. You see,
you didn't need it. You're not my boss. I'm not your boss. So don't tell me that it's your space.
Okay. Socially. This is an open mic. My rules here is you speak, you let others speak. If you cannot abide by these rules, I'm gonna have to kick you out of the space. And I hope you understand.
You know that. But let me say
you're not covered right now to talk. Please, you don't mind.
You're not covered. Are you a dictator? Are you a dictator? Come on, you want to talk about Nigeria? Come on,
yeah. It's okay. See, that's my problem with people. Mazi, go ahead and speak. Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, I don't know. I also sometimes I host spaces and I try to make it very clear. If it's not your turn, don't take the mic because then it's not orderly. I don't know whoever he was referring to, but you don't jump when speaking. It's not nice. It's not respectful even. So I don't know. He says he's no longer interested. I don't know if I should go on with the question, but for the sake of those who heard him ask, I was just saying that there are different phases to to these freedom fighting thing. First of all, you need to sensitize your people because, for one, they didn't send you on an errand. Nobody sent Nnamdi Kanu and we didn't come together and say, "Hey, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, please lead us in this thing." No, he started it on his own, and he made a lot of us see reasons with him. In fact, he opened the eyes of a lot of us because it's like we were sleeping and wallowing in abject ignorance. But when he spoke and told us who we are, where we're coming from, where we are at the time, and what the future holds, we opened our eyes and we saw. We be like, this is true. And then we asked him, how do we do this? I don't know when he started following all of these things, but if you had listened to the question and answer sessions by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or even the town hall meetings, people asked him questions. How do you want to achieve this? And he said, first of all, it will take time. You need to believe in what I'm doing because in the end, it's about the numbers. It's about the numbers. And that's where, what's it called? This voting system comes in, referendum. That's where it comes in. So you sensitize people. He's asking me the how. You sensitize people. But in the process of sensitizing people, you don't expect your enemies to just sit down, fold their hands, and watch you, lead your people out of Egypt. They're going to fight you. And that's the destruction that we're facing right now. Whatever how he's looking for, I don't understand. I just don't get it. So the how is mostly now you have a goal, you have a target audience. Your target audience are your people. They are the ones for which you're doing everything that you're doing. Now, the antics of your enemy against you, the strategies and their plans against you, you need to stand in the middle and defend your people and explain to them what is happening, why they shouldn't give up, why they shouldn't listen to the distractions from the Nigerian side. For example, when they raised the guy called Simon Ekpa to use IPOB's name to do a lot of things, we were telling them this is not what we are. This is not who we are. These are infiltrators. This is part of the how. You don't detect what is going to come in your way when you're on this kind of this kind of journey. You don't detect. You don't know what is coming, but you have to be prepared for whatever is coming. So whatever he's asking, I don't get it. However, the how has to do with sensitization, and the end goal is to get as much people as possible on our side so that when a referendum is called for, or even when a simple call for sit at home or civil disobedience is called for, the majority of people will listen to you, which we have seen time and again. That's your first metric for you to understand that, yes, my people are with me. I don't know how else he wants me to answer it, but then I think I'll yield for now. Thank you.
Thank you
very much. You see, it takes a lot.
The
reason
reason
why I actually do this space, and like I said, I belong with the Take It Back movement. It's not easy to do what I do. I come under so many attacks. Somebody actually is on YouTube as I speak right now. He's typing hater of good, hater of Biafra, hater of MNK and MSC. See, I get this all the time. But it's not my job to just stay from morning to night trying to explain myself, because let me tell you something. You can spend 10 hours explaining a thing to someone who has made up their mind that they will not agree with you. Once you drop your last point, they will say, I still don't believe you. What are you going to do? Are you going to kill yourself? You don't do that. So what you do, you just drop your point and you move on. I belong with the Take It Back movement. But I know a lot of people within my movement, if you just busy yourself just listening from only one side of the story, you will not understand what is going on out there. That's the reason why I kind of wanted to do this kind of space. So when I drag everybody into the same space, you get an opportunity to listen to the other person whom you never had an opportunity to listen to them. Somebody like my brother who just I had to drop. Maybe he's used to spaces where once you just jump in there, you begin to attack each other. You end up not even hearing yourselves. This person is attacking this person, this person is attacking this person. They say they are doing woto. So what? You just end up like uncivilized people. Just attack, shout on each other, and you get out of that place with a headache. I'm not that kind of person. I believe everybody, there's a way that things right in every man's eyes. Is where things seem right to him. You need to listen to people. Then you present your superior argument. All you could have just said is, oh, you know what? This cannot happen because blah, 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 blah. You present your point and you go. Some other person comes and says, this is what I believe in. I believe it to happen. You leave it for them. Somebody's going to come out here and say, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe that's the only way to heaven. What's my business telling him that it's wrong? Another person comes and says, I believe in Muhammad. That's the only way that you can get to heaven. What's my business telling him that he's not going to make it? See, I think the more you are exposed, the more you learn to tolerate people. You are just living in your small village where everybody is a member of a church. And please, no disrespect to everybody. You think White Garment Church is the only church that exists? No, when you travel around, you even now come and see that there is the Ethiopian Orthodox Church, that they believe in something different. They even have different chapters of the different books of the Bible that are not contained in your own Bible. What are you going to do? You're going to jam human beings that will tell you there is no God. They don't believe in any God. What are you going to do about that? You just focus on one small thing. Then you come and start fighting with somebody, say, this is only this one or nothing. It doesn't work that way. You have to be broad-minded. Explain what you believe in. Listen to what somebody else believes in. If you are able to convince them to see your way, you've done well. If you're not able to convince them, you just keep going. The results will show you. We believe in like my brother said, was it the Ezeoku was saying that everything that's happening in Nigeria is wrong, that whoever still believes in Nigeria, that person has lost their mind. And you see, that is your own belief. That is the way you see things. But you are able to say that based on your experience and based on what you have seen. Some guy whose parents are in government, who comes from a certain part of Nigeria where maybe they've always been in government, they've always been in the military, he's schooled abroad, he's always had it easy. He doesn't believe that what you're saying makes sense. As far as he's concerned, just talking about only the good things about Nigeria is the best thing in the world that he sees. But that is him. You have to focus on you. He who wears the shoe knows where it pains. You have to focus on doing what you're doing. And if you are serious about it and you are devoted to what you're doing, the result will show. You begin to turn people to follow you. The reason why you see me following on my electoral is because I have studied him, I have done things with him, I see where he's coming from. He's the only person that I've seen that will fight for Biafra and also fight for every other thing. As far as let me just speak where we're coming from. As far as we are concerned, we think Nigeria is finished. But then it is inside that Nigeria that we need to talk about these solutions. We need to first of all see this is not the name Nigeria. It is the people inside Nigeria, including every other tribe. Let us try to find out what is everybody's problem. Let us have a consensus about how to proceed further. But you can't be doing that from outside. And that's where I try to talk to some of my brothers in the Biafra struggle. You see, you cannot just. You see, there's one thing is for you to believe in your ideology, talk about it. One thing is for you to be practical, to be realistic. Mazda Mikano right now is undergoing trial. He's not undergoing trial in a Biafra court. He's undergoing trial in a Nigerian court. There is still a country called Nigeria. There are laws. You may not like it, but it is the laws of Nigeria. When Nambikano goes into the court, he says, "My lord," to a Nigerian judge. Imagine Nambikano's lawyer, even though he's an Igbo man, he also had the one that was an Igbo man. They are practicing the laws of Nigeria. Nambikano is citing the laws of Nigeria to tell the judge that I need to be let go. So when people speak, that is how I want you to understand the people who are talking. Because people just get up and they say, "You are just one Nigeria." No. We still have to talk about Nigeria. We're still practicing the laws of Nigeria until that time when we are able to bring reasonable people into the political space who will say, "Let us go back and look at the constitution of Nigeria. This constitution is not right. This constitution does not make room for anybody who wants to opt out to opt out." Canada here, they just conducted an election. I think the last one was in 2000 and was it 1995 or 2000 and I forget now. But there was a referendum here. If Quebec was I think it was 45 over 55 or so. If they had gotten more votes, Quebec would have been a country right now. Canada would be another country. So it is not wrong. It is something that's happening right now. So for people like us, we are fighting the fight we are fighting within that concept of Nigeria. And it is within that place that we'll be able to resolve our issues. If you do not resolve it, everything that we are doing will just continue to struggle. Assuming we had good people that we sent to the House of Representatives and House of Senate, we wouldn't be having the issues that we're having now. But like I said yesterday, the reason why you're not going to get anything good from them is because the system through which they ascended to that position, that system is no good. It can never make them go to that house and do what they're supposed to do. Otherwise, where are the obedient politicians that went into there? Are you hearing anything from them? The money that they share in the Senate and the House of Reps, don't they collect their own? These are the people that said, "Oh, when they go there, they'll be different." So that's the point we're talking about. I have somebody requested. I'm going to go bring them up. And like I don't like my spaces to run for a very long time, because if we said what we have to say, we can close the space. Truth, what's your name? Truth Soul you're here.
You
can please unmute yourself and speak. And if anybody wants to speak, you're welcome to request the mic. I'll let you speak on any of these topics before we begin to round up. And for those of you who have not followed me, please make sure you follow me. I'm pleading with you because I'm building a new account. My old account, I lost it. Go ahead, my brother or my sister. I can't tell who you are. I think he has a problem with his connection. That's a problem with his connection. Village Headmaster, I see you. You're not speaking tonight. I see a lot of people. SWAS, you're not speaking. Bad government, you're not speaking.
And those of you in the secret listener section. You don't know, I have a way of seeing you. All those of you who are doing anonymous, I'm seeing you. Greetings to you. Mr. Fresh, you're not requesting the mic. Indigenous SOS. We had good discussions yesterday. Lots Fiat, Anyi Tusko, I see you. Agent Jide, this one your agent. Are you from Nigerian government to come and spy on me? Critical news. You even came here. Market now. All right. I see a lot of. I wonder why you guys are not picking the mic. Are you afraid of Nigerian government? I see a lot of powerful people here that used to speak to power. How come none of you is speaking? What's going on? I've even seen some of my friends who don't like me because I don't like Simon Ekpa. I see you guys here. Why is this an opportunity to tear me apart? What are you waiting for? Come and tear. Those of you who don't like IPOB, say the kidnappings, IPOB, the people that killed the commissioner, even though God rest his soul, and it's not like I'm being insensitive. Like a lot of people went online and said, Chidi, why would you be talking like this? Because I went there and I said, can you guys see that those people that were arrested didn't say they were IPOB members? These are just criminals that arrested these people and they should face the law. They say, oh, Chidi, why are you being insensitive? I said, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, let's try to, keep facts. And what is not the fact, let's not choose the fact. You guys, I see you here. Why don't you come and take the phone? Just take the mic and just finish me. Critics news. You have to talk. What are you? You must talk. Why are you not talking? Come and tell me. All of you turned around and started to bash me and criticize me and said whatever you said about me. It'll be interesting to hear what you have to say to me now. So critics news. I have called you out. I'll put you on the speaker section. Yeah. Open the mic and talk.
Okay. I'm
I hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Normally, I don't speak on spaces like there's issues too much, kind of I don't know, there's a lot of hatred within the Igbo community. A lot of hatred now. So to me, this Biafra has brought a lot of division amongst us and even hatred. I must tell you. Because like on Twitter now, I don't even know these people, but you see a lot of thousands of people who block me, because you don't like the modus operandi of one person or the other. And a lot of threats too. And these threats are real. Okay? A lot of threats coming in every day. So it doesn't make sense. It makes a lot of people not to be able to speak out. So, but we've been condemning criminality that's been going on in our own place for a long time. The things going on. Huh?
I understand.
Mm-hmm. So, my cousin was killed in Aba by these gunmen too, who are parading everywhere. So we have been condemning these things, and it makes a lot of people not to be able to speak out. That's why when you come to sensitive issues, people are not interested in talking about it. They only probably more inside. So the issue of agitation, Biafra, to be honest with you, is bringing a lot of problems between the Igbos. It's killing us. We now hate ourselves so much. So there's this way of doing things that even if you don't like you be a target, speaking out or saying your own mind. Oh, I don't like this way of doing this thing. You become a target. They tag you saboteur and position you for elimination. So even people who are supposed to speak their mind, they will not speak it again. So I think something has to be done. Something has to be done to remove all this hatred in our people. A lot of people have been brainwashed that they can't even dialogue with you. They don't want to dialogue with you. Nobody wants. They just believe in that thing straight. That the way it is. You cannot say, oh, no. Adjust it like this. No, they don't agree with you. It's just like that. If it is not like that, kill the person. So it's honestly. And they are not even, the problem is that they are not even in every way saying, oh, there's criminality, and this is not what we do. Let us condemn those who are doing the criminality and come out and say, yeah, this is who we are. So there's the whole thing is just together. Nobody is differentiating themselves. Somebody claims to be good and superior to a criminal, but this criminal is still operating from where you say you will have control over. So what do you want? How do we rate you? Well, that's it.
All right. Thank you, Critics News. At least I made you talk. That's good. We've been by the way, this guy has been on these are kind of people. I don't agree with everything he says. He has even done a program against me and was lambasting me, but it doesn't stop me from respecting his hustle. He's been there for a long time. In fact, you should actually be bringing wine to come and do homage to me, because you're one of the people that have asked me to show you how to set things up, and I'm happy I helped you to set up, and you're doing well. So I just had to pull your legs. Thank you for your contribution.
I got you. I did not lambast you. I'm not sure. I don't.
No, you did a video against me. One of say content. Sometimes you do and go somewhere, you can't forget. But don't worry, it's okay. I forgive you. Let's move on. All right, let's move on. Africa in a box. Please unmute yourself. But before you speak, the reason why I just said this, I was speaking, I think it was yesterday, because a lot of people are just, I've not been there for a long time. I look at time off a couple of months now, 4-5 months. Like, I just been taking it easy. I had this, I had my anniversary that I did in August last year. I just took time and said, look, all these are Luther things too much. Let me just celebrate life. I took time out a whole year. I did this huge anniversary thing here, and I did a conference, and I wasn't coming online to do anything. So a lot of people just joined social media, didn't see me. They're beginning to see me now. Some people think, oh, this new guy that came in. One guy yesterday was saying, oh, Chidi, I'm listening to you, and I like that you are beginning to I forgot the word he uses. I'm beginning to change your. And look at this man. Would they change? Old man like me, they change. They just got to know me. So let's go to Africa in a box. Sorry, my brother. Take the mic, please.
All right. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for having us today. And thanks for opening this space. So yeah, I've listened to a lot of people speak, and I think it is more central on, the breakage of Nigeria. Like the separationists want Nigeria to, break, and I believe, and from what I've heard on this space today, everybody they have a point. Nigeria is deplorable presently, and the separationists think that if the country should break, that it will favor them more. Because Nigeria, as I said, Nigeria was created by an organization or by a set of people that they named the country for their own special interests. So yeah, well, I still think that if you're looking in terms of resources and energy needed to achieve the amalgamation of Nigeria, IPOB, we should have IPOB, we should have the dual, we should have all that zones. I think it will require more energy. It will require more energy to achieve that, as opposed to staying together and fight the people that are keeping the country deplorable at this moment. I think what we need, we require lesser energy to do that than to break. Because even so, if you break, that doesn't mean you won't still have some set of people that will want to, create some sort of class and enslave some other people. Supporting police brutality like this current administration is, and there is still no possibility that if there is breakage now, let's say in the Oduduwa Republic, that there won't be another breakage again. Same as the IPOB, you can have another breakage, along some other cleavages, along some other zones, because there are still several ethnic groups in every zones. The Oduduwa Republic, we still have several ethnic groups in this southwest, in this east, in this even north. So there's always a reason. There's always a reason to break, but we need to look at the energy to take us. So we should be focusing on, the country at this moment. Trying to solve all the factors that are keeping the country deplorable. Like all these political parties that have been ruling and have been sabotaging the country. And we all know that. So I think the best thing is to, instead of rallying against all these old folks that keep recycling themselves, we need to look inward and outward at the same time, and rally for someone that will change the nation, and with the support of the masses as well. The masses have to be supportive. I think that is what we should be looking forward to, So that was my submission today. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much, my brother. I'm going to go back to Chidi, but Chidi, just hold on 1 second. I just want to amplify what my brother said.
You see, for those of you who don't understand what he's trying to...
Okay, sorry. We'll go to Chidi, and then we'll come back to Mr. Fresh. But let me amplify what my brother said. And that's our own ideology. We do not have anything against 1,000 groups, saying they want to be on their own. It's self-determination. Even one man, you can have one man army. Somebody can get up and say, I am this association of Nigeria, I know do again. They're right. What we're just saying in our own organization, in our own enclave, is that look, these people will never listen to you. Like they've been doing. They will never allow you. They went to Martin Amota. What did he do? Because he says, I know do again. That's to show you how the people who own the country, they don't want you, they don't like you. They will never. They want the country the way it is. So after we've studied it and we've seen that, it was easy. The Biafra agitators would have gotten what they wanted since. If the people that Martin Nnamdi to court again on Monday now, the same judge that he says doesn't want to stand in front of him. And when they go there now, you know very well they are going to adjourn that case. So they're just playing games. They don't want it. So what we're saying is, why don't we all now focus and deal with these people. Let's find a formula to put somebody at the helm of our affairs who is able to allow all of these ideologies, all of these rights that is provided in the Constitution. That's what we are saying. If you have a good leader, a good listening leader, they may not even be in need of Biafra agitation. Don't you know? The reason why you organize a rally and a lot of, let me tell you something. When rallies really work, is when people don't have any work to do. Honestly speaking. Honestly, if everybody is try rally in Canada now, try rally and see how difficult it's going to be for you. Except that thing has really affected people, then they are willing to forgo their job. If not, when everybody is gainfully employed, not everybody has a job in Canada, by the way. And I wanted to address what this my brother showed that time. The woman that said, "Oh, my electricity bill, you play Canadian annoyance. You compare Canadian annoyance with Nigerian annoyance. Oh, my electricity bill is higher than my mortgage." The person when they tell you my electricity bill is higher than my mortgage, they never collect her right to in the past 5 years. They never take her right. She has a job that she's doing. She's just trying to say now, don't even compare it. Yes, prices of food are high, but the food is there. Oh, the bosses, all kinds of funny complaint here. The bus did not come on time. That kind of thing won't begin to. So he's trying to show me that even in Canada, people are still complaining about the electricity bill. In Nigeria, you pay the bill, pay 1 year ahead, but you're not seeing the light. Is that the same thing? Anyway, forgive my ranting. Let's go to Ichie, and then we'll come back to Mr. Fresh. Go ahead, Ichie.
All right. Thank you once more, brother. You see, there's one thing I normally, I go with most times in my life, especially when it comes to the issue of Nigeria. And that thing is that for me, Nigeria has implanted into people's heads so many anomalies that are not obtainable anywhere else in the world. You see, there's a brother that spoke before you took over the mic, this same thing that Nigeria implanted in their heads. Igbo people, if you now divide today, you go they fight among yourselves. Yoruba people, now go do this, do that. Is it how does that concern you? How does that become your business? That's my question. If Biafra goes today and they go back and it's none of your business, and people would say, if you are a baggy man, if you are a Nupe man, if you are a Yoruba man, if you are a Gwari man in Nigeria, and you are not complaining about what is happening in Nigeria, at least you are not saying you want to leave. In Igbo land, you say you love, you should not be, whenever people say we don't talk, continue to enjoy your Nigeria. If you are not complaining, you love it. Allow those who are complaining. Now in Nigeria, I was speaking with one of my friends, this, doctor, PhD holder. He said, my friend, you guys are saying we divide Nigeria. If we divide Nigeria, you know how many countries will come out of it? There will be at least 500. I told him, but will there be peace? He said, maybe. I said, no, not maybe. If Nigeria is broken down today to at least the way we were before this bloodthirsty demon was created, at least, those, if you are listening to me today, before Nigeria was created, I don't think that there's no history of maybe people from Enugu attacking people in Obaru. If you have such history, tell me. There's no history of people from Ogwashi going down to Ogoja to attack people in Ogoja. If you have such history that it happened maybe 300, 200 years ago, present it here. So, those of us who share the same custom, the same, at least, value systems, we know ourselves. We know how we do our things. Liechtenstein today, Liechtenstein has a population of about 39,000 people. 10 years ago, it was about 36,000, so they've multiplied by about 3,000 people more. Liechtenstein has a population of 39,000 people. And you hear these professors, PhD holders, whatever they, you know, as long as you reason Nigeria, you are a Nigerian, you reason Nigeria, you know, you reason, there's a sort of backwardness in your reasoning, and it's always out of order the way you reason. If we're this is our population, how waiting. I'm just telling you, have you ever heard of chaos in Liechtenstein? No. And as I'm saying this, I know that there are one Nigerians who are angry at what I'm saying. But when Kemi Badenoch says that Nigeria destroys lives, you now say, she's entitled to her opinion now. Let her say what she wants to say. She's entitled to her opinion. Yes. That is the same thing that Nigeria has implanted in you. You decide when to say some people are entitled to their opinion and who you say is entitled to their opinions, and then who you should kill or send your soldiers to kill when they say their own mind, instead of saying that they are entitled to their opinion. Kemi Badenoch, who is most likely to become the British Prime Minister if an election was conducted today, most likely. She told you that the Nigerian police stole her brother's wristwatch, brother's shoes, that Nigeria destroys lives. These are just the few bits that she could say. I believe if you corner that woman in one corner now, that woman would bust, empty her mind and tell you. And we are happy, as I am. I'm very happy that that woman is helping us to spread the message of the demonic nature of Nigeria. The demonic nature of Nigeria. I'm happy that that woman is helping us to spread that message. You know, because from time to time, you listen to those one Nigerians. They tell you there's nothing, it's not like, what do we call it? This Mr. P2B. There's nothing wrong with Nigeria's constitution, it's the people. Whether constitutional, whether the people, just first of all, you have to agree that Nigeria has implanted something in your brain that is totally out of order. I mean, let me paint this picture. There was, when I finished my NYSC in Kano, I wanted to enroll in the Nigeria Army. You know, I went there, I had to travel, take this long distance journey from Kano State to Nguru, Yobe State, you know, and I walked into this place. To cut the long story short, you know, they started telling me about this, what is it, quota system, and that the quota system of Enugu is gone, you know, that Enugu is filled up, and the man there was telling me, a captain as at then, he told me that that this quota of his own state, a northern state, that they still had 2 openings. But the condition is that if I would take it, that I had to change my name to take it. And I asked him what, he said, yeah, if you want to take it, you change your name, you know, to be a northern name, maybe Salisu Musa, and then take it. I told him, okay, I will think about it and come back. He told me, do not take too much. I'm just giving you this opportunity because of, you know, the other man that directed me to him was also a captain then from Anambra, you know. And when I came out, I mean, so many things happen to people in Nigeria, for which reason they say, if Nigeria was a human being, they would pray it dies today. Why should I change my name in a place I call my country to get employment? And that even gives me the little window to begin to believe that there are so many people in Nigerian military or other, so many branches of parastatals who are not working there with their names. Because what then happens is that whoever helps you to get into there, changing your name, when your wages or salaries come in, they go to the person takes their cut, and they return the remnant to you. What a barbaric and shameful place called the country. I mean, when I sit down and think about how people are supporting this demon called Nigeria, those who support the demon called Nigeria, of course, I rate them out of humanity. They are not humans. They are demons themselves. They are totally demons themselves. Like I said in my first depositions, Igbo people, we were never barbaric until we got in contact with Nigeria. Everything wrong with the Igbo man today was a disease, a cancer that she got in touch with as soon as she got in contact with Nigeria. We were people, we were people that never touched or ate anything that didn't belong to us. But today, Nigeria made us such that you get into public office, you steal as much as you can. That is what we got from Nigeria. We never stole or we never took anything that didn't belong to us, but the Nigeria made us, turned us into barbaric human beings. And with the way we do our things, we know that we can still salvage ourselves. We can still get ourselves out of this, but not inside Nigeria. We cannot repair the damage that Nigeria did to us while inside Nigeria. Never. It can only be repaired outside Nigeria. And like my brother Mazi said, you see, what we are doing is that we are trying to build a critical mass by sensitizing our people. We only just started, was it 2012? That's when we started. Today is the 13th year. This year is the 13th year. Which we in the IPOB even know and believe that it's not enough. We still have to keep doing it. Just a few seconds. An unborn baby today, we still want to reach out to that baby when that baby is born to get as many people as possible to believe in our cause. And the only thing we are asking for is a referendum. And for those of you who come out and say, "Mandi PhD, my professors, that a referendum is not in our constitution," who told you that a referendum must be in a constitution before you demand one? Especially when you did not put yourself in such country, you were forced into such country. You don't need a referendum, but all this John Dis and cut and join people, things they push out as knowledge, that a referendum must be in a constitution before you demand one. No. So finally, brother, like I said, which you have alluded to, my Mazen will be going to court on Monday. Maybe the judge would, along the line, they would phone the court and say the judge forgot his one leg of his shoe on the way and is going back to pick it. Therefore, the court is not sitting. And Nigerians, as wicked as they are, some Nigerians say he will die there. I say, oh, so you are supporting the injustice against Kano and IPOB. Why your country is dying in shame, is bringing shame upon herself because of the case of this one man and the organization called IPOB. If you know the level of shame that it has befallen Nigeria with this, if you go outside and anyone treats you anyhow, put your mind to what's going on between IPOB and the Mazen Namdi. Don't look further, don't look too far, because IPOB and Mazen Namdi Kanu, the way Nigeria is handling our case is dragging into the dustbin. You all know that. But you can keep on continuing saying you should die there, this, that. The case of IPOB and Nigeria today is what I would call the proverbial Igbo sheep that says that is soiling her tail with feces while jubilating that she's dealing with her master, not knowing that she's walking naked in the she's soiling her feces, walking naked in the marketplace. That is what Nigeria is. Nigeria thinks he's dealing with us, but he's bringing shame upon shame upon shame upon shame on himself. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just a quick observation, and this is what will help us here. I say this because of my experience and my exposure and my interaction within the Nigerian political space. You see, when you come to talk about the agitation for Biafra or the Igbo man's struggle, once you say, I'm an Igbo man and I am doing this. Unfortunately, this discussion has just centered around IPOB and Igbo people. It was not what it was supposed to be, but you can't control it. It is what it is. Now, when you say I'm an Igbo man and this, that, and all of these Nigerians are wicked, what you fail to realize is that everybody that is not an Igbo man instantly feels that you are speaking to them. That's why I like to be very, very deliberate about how I choose and I use my words. You see, we must be that sensitive. It's not everybody that is at the level of struggle that you are in, and we must appreciate that. Not everybody had the experience you had in the war. We all grew up as Igbo people listening to stories upon stories from our uncles, our aunties, our fathers, our mothers. It was in our ears, it's in our song, it's everything we do. Some of us have places where there are bullets that were collected, there are pictures. Every time you see a picture of the war, you know how it makes you feel. It is not the same with every other person in Nigeria. So when you're speaking and you say, Igbo people, this, that, every good thing, every explanation, and then your next sentence is, and the rest of Nigeria is wicked. The next of Nigeria is doing this. It is difficult to get the other person to actually listen to you attentively. Just bear that in mind and don't blame them, because they have not done anything. They're suddenly feeling, what did I do to this guy? And now, you can't force them not to answer a Nigerian because they don't have your version of IPOB. Their struggle is not your struggle. Their own tribe is probably not as big as your own tribe. Their tribe is not having issues that you're having. Some people, their problem is that they are in a place where water has submerged their land. Some people don't have land at all. Some people, it is desertification that is their problem. Some people, it is a Christian Muslim thing. So people have different things they are fighting with. They have different things that is their problem. Some people, it is the internal issue. There is internal issue. There is segregation within their own tribe. Some people, there is the issue of marginalization within their tribe that is even more deadly. They are killing each other because of land dispute, because of age-old things. It is their problem. So it is important that when we speak and we suddenly now start getting some reactions from our friends, that we know why. I wish people will understand this and be more gracious when they are, in a public space or when they make their own submissions, just thinking about how the other person is receiving it. That's why most of the times, right now, the politicians have succeeded in tearing our social space. They just messed the whole thing up. people, what people would not boldly say in the past. They will just come to the social media space and say, Yoruba people are devils. Yoruba people are this, that. Somebody like what's his name now will come and say, Igbo people I wish all of them were dead. I'll just hide my face in shame. When did we get to this point? Some people will just be writing, in Proverbs. Those people, anytime those people are crying because those people, they hit them. Why? Why are we attacking each other like that? Meanwhile, the real people that are showing us, amongst them, they are all friends. I'm going to allow Mr. Fresh speak. After Mr. Fresh, I'm going to begin to round up this space and thank everybody for joining. I also want to thank, like I said before, those of you who are listening anonymously, those of you who are hiding. No, don't drop. I know you're there now. I'm not seeing you, or I'm using another way to see you, but it's okay. It's okay. You can be there listening. But one thing I want to beg all of you, if you leave this space and you don't go and follow me, I'm going to turn into something and come and do you something. I don't want to say it here now, but just for your own safety, just go and follow me. Mr. Fresh, you have the mic.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chidi, and I greet everybody. And it's a very important conversation that we are having, and it's good. It's an open mic where everybody can speak their mind and let it out and vent. It's important. And it's one of the things that the Nigerian ruling class, as we have it, they want to take from the people. They want to oppress at the same time, not give the people the opportunity to vent and react to how they feel about what is happening to them. And it's important for us to realize that, as you rightly said, Dr. Chidi, why are we attacking each other? Why are we hurting each other? Why are we killing each other? Why do we hate each other? At the end of the day, I think after giving it a very good thought, I think what is lacking in our society, in this country, is that we do not really love each other. And we've got leaders upon leaders who do not see it as a duty to promote love among one another, and it has gotten worse from generation to generation. And it's a duty on our part in our own era to to make it a point of duty to love each other and to promote this unity and the sense of solidarity. Because let's face it, what's happening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? He's still in detention today because of one thing. We do not have the sense of solidarity. It seems as though we are complicit in the ordeal of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If Nigerian people today say that we want Nnamdi Kanu to be released immediately, and we follow that through with actions, people in Abuja are enough for them to release Nnamdi Kanu if they follow it up with action that we want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released. It doesn't, and the people that will make it happen is just one person. One person will order his release. Just one person will order his release. If the pressure and the sense of solidarity is there, but it seems as though our people do not really care. And even from people that have his brothers, that are people, even our Igbo brothers, there's enough people in Abuja to shut down the system to demand the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But because even online here, we can sense it that that sense of solidarity is not there. And that's why we have to give people like Omele Sowore and others who have been calling for his release right from time. At the end of the day, I think it's a lesson for us to learn. We have to learn a big lesson. And when people like Omoyele Sowore, when they take up the Nigerian state head on, using their rule against them, they think he's being stupid. Because at the end of the day, sometimes if you are fighting for your right, if you do not use the right strategy, you might end up, you might forfeit all your plan altogether. Even if one of the things that we have to blame the Nigerian state for is the lack of upholding the rule of law. The idea of extraordinary rendition in Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya has defeated all the case that they may think they have against him. That's defeated everything. And that is their modus operandi. Sometimes Nigerian state will have a case about somebody, but the way they will go about it, they will just scatter the whole thing, and it speaks volumes about the people that are in charge of our affairs in Nigeria. These guys do not. I don't want to call it. It's like a mafia organization. Anyways, I think the major thing that we need to take home here is that Nigeria is a project, and in my view, and in the view of a lot of comrades, the variety is the spice of life. I think we can coexist together, in my view. I may be wrong, but I think we can coexist together if we really, really love each other. There are many countries in the world that they speak different language, and there are lots of tribes in the same country, and they coexist together, and they live in unity and harmony, progress, and prosperity. So we can make this work if we want to. But if you cannot make it work, we must have that sense of solidarity and the civility of sitting down on the table and map out an exit strategy for us to live. And that is the main thing that we can, because if the worst case scenario is to take armed struggle and begin to shoot each other, but at the end of the day, we'll still have to sit down and talk about it. We'll still have to sit down and map out an exit plan. But Nigerian state, as we have it now, they are not interested in anybody seceding. They are not interested. They are not interested. That is why they can do whatever they like and twist the law and manipulate the law just to achieve what they want to achieve, with keeping people docile and keeping the populace docile. They want to maintain this paradise of oppression, and they are doing all they can. They are paying all the influencers. They are suppressing all the opposition. They are buying opposition. They are buying votes. They are doing everything that they can do to maintain this paradise of roguery, paradise of theft, paradise of oppression and corruption. So, but as revolutionaries, it's our duty to keep fighting. We hold that to history, and we want history to be kind to us, that not everybody sat down and look. At least we gave it a hard fight. It might be an hopeless situation, but at least we fought and we did our bit. I yield the mic for now. Thank you so much.
Yo, Mr. Fresh, thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the support. And yeah, always thank you very much. I need to school. Lux Fiat, you have the mic.
Yeah, Dr. Chidi, good evening. When I was hearing you, when you were talking about unity and trying to come together as a people, I was saying that that message, I think it would have been best if you had relayed it to your friend Nnamdi Kanu, because what the problem we're facing in Igbo today is Nnamdi Kanu. He came to Igbo and started planting all sort of hate, making people to feel, oh, these people hate you, these people don't like you, these people are your enemies. Try and avoid them, try and fight them, even to the extent that even within the same Igbo, if you are against what he's preaching, you become an enemy. So that's the issue we have. When we have that kind of person that's sold that kind of ideology, and a lot of our people bought into it, and today look at what we're facing in Igbo.
all this issue of Nnamdi Kanu, that everybody now is trying to paint Nnamdi Kanu as a saint. But they forget easily the atrocities he committed in Anib, whether directly or indirectly. And we'll keep on pushing, oh, he's being marginalized by the government, he's doing this, he's doing that. But we fail to diagnose the problem where it started from. It started from all this kind of hateful ideology. He will call Yoruba, how Yoruba people are bad, how Fulani are bad, how this and that. And our people bought into it. So I understand when you come and you try to make it to be as if Nnamdi Kanu is. They said, here's a problem we have. I keep on saying it. Anywhere I am, I'll keep on saying it. He is the genesis of the problem we've had in Anibo. For the past 40 years, we've never experienced this kind of problem we have in Anibo. Never. We have never seen this kind of killings. We ourselves killing our own people. They will say, yes, Fulani herdsmen are killing people. But the people IPOB and ESN, the Igbo people IPOB and ESN has killed is 5 times the number of whatever Fulani has killed in Anibo. So when we keep on trying to exonerate him, trying to paint him as an angel or as a very noble person, it really baffles me. Except you've not had the experience of Anib, or you've not had people that have gone through this IPOB menace that has caused us all kind of problem that we are still facing up to today. So for me, I don't, if we calling want to have a sane society, want to have a sane Nigeria, which crime is it that when someone commits a crime, he will not go and face justice? Let him go and face the justice. When he was calling for the killing of soldiers and police people, most of those police that he's saying that they should go and kill, are they not Igbo? Are they not Nigerians? His army people will go and kill people, kill soldiers, burn down all our institutions. And today now, because we just want to whitewash him and make him look as if he's the angel. No, he is the problem, the genesis of the problem of these killings we have in Anibo today. So for me, I'll keep on saying it. He should face the justice till the very end. Let them go through the trial. If at the end of the day they don't find him guilty, okay. But I don't think there's any way he's going to escape it when all the evidences come out of all the incitation he did in Anibo, the killings. Do you want to start counting it? His people, his soldiers, all them Putus or the Gentle the Yahoo, all those atrocities, they're not part of the ESN that he formed. And when they finish killing Fulani that they claim that are killing our people, they now turn the sword on our people. So they're killing us. If you're against them, they will call you Sabo, they will call you Fulani, they will call you all sorts of names. Because you simply say, look, if you want to do your agitation, no problem, do your agitation. But the moment you begin armed struggle and begin to kill people that are against what you're saying, burn their houses, begin to kidnap people, turn it to become a franchise of criminality, and you say that we should that they should just free him like that. No, to me, you should face the justice system and face it to the end. If he's found innocent at the end of the day, okay. But if the justice is going to work as it should work in Nigeria, he should answer to those crimes he incited people to go and commit in the name of Biafra, in the name of IPOB, or whatever they call themselves. He should go and face that crime. I should go and face that justice. And at the end of the day, if we have peace in Anibo, that is the most important thing we want. But this issue of this issue of whitewashing and trying to make him a saint, we suddenly forget all the hate speech, all the killings. Look at our economic situation in Anibo today. For the past 4 years, Anibo that we are known as commerce, not just in Nigeria, the whole of Africa. For the past 4 years, you force people to sit at home every Monday. Look at our economic situation today. People are no longer coming to invest in the East. People taking their businesses out of the East. And you tell me that this is the kind of Biafra we want. What kind of Biafra? I don't want it. Let us be the Nigerian and keep on fighting it. Let us keep fighting. We'll keep fighting the evil leaders. But you tell me that this is the kind of Biafra will come into where you cannot have your own say. Once the supreme leader says anything, that is the end. If you're against him, they will go and kill you, they will go and burn your house. No, I don't subscribe to that kind of Biafra. And as I said, the disunity, the hate started with Nnamdi Kanu of trying to separate us, make us feel that we are the only people that are marginalized. The whole of Nigeria, everybody's marginalized. Nobody is going to say, oh, Nigeria is better for me in this way or the other way. Everybody is facing the same problem. But when you make marginalization an Igbo problem, then you now lead a lot of our Igbo brothers into early grave. Look at all these young boys that Nnamdi Kanu brainwashed. Look at a lot of them today are dead, either by the Nigerian army or like what Soludo has done to the Agune chamber.
Hey, can I begin to round up?
Okay, yeah. So for me personally, let us face the problem. And the problem right now is if he has a court case, he should answer his court case. And if he's found guilty, he should face the justice. If he's found innocent, then they should let him go. So that's what I have to say. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so that's what open mic is all about. You come and you say your opinion. I'm sure sitting down, what a lot of people say will provoke some people, and what they have to say will provoke some people. But you see, if only we can continue, doing this on and on and on, you will begin to see that somewhere along the line we'll begin to punch holes in our arguments, and then sometimes we'll begin to withdraw certain things that we say because we hear superior arguments, but that's what it is. It's a very difficult position to or status to attain in life, where you can actually stand and hear someone even criticize you, call you names, cuss you off, but it is just their own time. They are venting. They are telling you how they believe. You can't force them to believe what you believe. You can't think them. I mean, the last speaker says the whole problem in Igbo land started with Nnamdi Kanu. I don't agree with him, but that's his opinion. I have my own argument to that, but that's not what this is all about. So thank you for airing your view. Let's just keep the discussion going. And now I have just 4 minutes here, and I'll be done. SOS, you requested the mic just you've been here since you heard me saying that I'm rounding up, and you just requested the mic. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes. You can understand it's going to be 4 minutes on the hour, and I need to go. So please, I will let you speak, but do me a favor and make your submission in 2 minutes. Okay, first of all, I have to accept you. Sorry, I did not accept. So I'm going to accept you, and you have 2 minutes to make your submission. How do you expect? Where are you now? I'm not seeing you again. Okay, I see you. I've accepted you. So SOS, please, 2 minutes, and we're done.
Oh, good evening. Good evening, my people. Good evening, I'm Mr. Chidi. How are you doing, sir? How's the day?
Good.
Okay, please. I'm sorry, I'm just coming in and I have to maximize my 2 minutes, which I have 1 point something minutes left, 1 point something seconds left. Now, if I let me quickly talk, I brief on everything. Talk about Mazin and the Kano. I will say this. I am a person whereby we are all victim of circumstance in Nigeria. Anything that happens to Nigeria, it does us to have a kind of decision or attitude that will be affecting all in the name of trying to help. But eventually, if things goes like this, let's see how this goes. And why it goes, we should understand that anything like this should be corrected in order for us not to have a forceful future. Now, if judgment should be done, it should be done in the right way. That is, if justice is being appreciated, and who can give this to us is nobody else. nobody else. If Igbos can understand the fact that for IPOB and Mazin Nadu can also have issue, if Shore gets there, the case is settled. I think we have to start narrating our fight and our support to Shore in order for him to give Nadu Kanu that perfect safe landing. Thank you.
Thank you for being on time, keeping it to time. Yeah, that's how we do it in the TIB and within our circle. Village headmaster, you abandoned me again. You didn't pick the mic. You didn't say anything. I'm going to find you. I see all of you guys here. Swaz, you didn't say anything, but that's good. My brother that just spoke and dropped. I'm gonna need you, Annie. There was this space I was on, and this guy just kicked me out of the space like I was some criminal. I need to get that guy's name. I forget who he is. It's just very funny. But anyway, once again,
They see you there, you are more or less like a threat to them.
it's okay. All right, guys. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for agreeing to be in this very uncomfortable space. And my spaces are uncomfortable because you're going to hear things that makes you uncomfortable. But if you can just bear with us, you probably walk away, learning something, feeling a little better. But that's the whole goal. Let's do this some other time. Remember to follow me, I'll follow you back, and we'll continue the discussion. Thank you, everybody, and good night from this side. Bye-bye.
For those of you on YouTube, this is where we're gonna end today's broadcast. Everything didn't go as we planned. I'm still working out how to make sure that like I know there's echoing on the mic, but we'll get all that fixed, and I promise you next time it's going to be better. But on behalf of Dr. Erica, on behalf of everybody that works with us, my name is Dr. Chidi, and I want to appreciate you. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and share our videos. And all of you who came here to hate on me, I'm going to try next time to feel bad, but you see, it doesn't really get it doesn't get to me. I have a very tough skin, but I'll try. Next time when you writing all this your hate thing, I'll try to feel bad. Maybe I'll cry a little. Okay, but for now, you know what? I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.